Life comes at you fast. 11th of April, I'm innocent. 12th of April, I'm withdrawing from the governor race. 13th of April, I'm resigning from Congress. One of my favourite old tweets from Eric Swalwell was, "No one is above the law, no one is above the law, no one is above the law. No one is above the law." Time can be a wonderful thing.
Here's my impression of Congressman Eric Swalwell eating an ice cream cone. You know why I do that? Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. And if you're going to be stupid, by God, you better be tough. This is no country for creepy old men. And Congressman Swalwell, he about to find that out. Karma may be slow, but it's almost always on time.
Yes, exactly. Whoopi Goldberg defended Swalwell after his relationship with the Chinese spy became public. And after the rape allegations against Swalwell became public, Whoopi's response was, "What about President?"
This is all about the vengeance. It has nothing to do with factually what the reality is. These are small-minded, petty people who are now in charge of committees. And if they remove you, it's going to be a huge mistake, and people know it. Congressman Eric Swalwell just suspended his run for California governor over allegations of sexual assault. He's speaking out on social media. What about President?
True TDS in action. It really makes people lose all scruples.
Kristi Noem and Tom Homan, get to know that witness chair. You're going to be parked in it for a long time.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Have you met with any of the 1.4 million people who have lost their health insurance just this last year from dropping off of Obamacare? Have you sat down and talked to those folks about the fact they won't have their health insurance again?
They're almost all illegal immigrants.
Oh, well, you know what? It sounds like you haven't met with folks like Portia in my district.
We found 1.5 million illegal immigrants illegally collecting Medicaid.
Mr. Secretary.
I do love when they're ready with their facts.
In 2025, the big ugly bill had not yet been enacted, but you claim that your department would not be cutting Medicaid. And I just want a yes or a no. Is it still your position that a $900 billion reduction in federal Medicaid funding to states is not a cut? Tell me yes or no.
That would only be a cut in Washington, D.C. A 47% increase in spending. How is that a cut?
I just want you to say yes or no. That's all. So you're saying it's not a cut?
It's a 47% increase.
Okay,
is not
next
a cut.
question.
These hearings are always so pointless anyway because the reps just talk over the person that they're asking questions to. They just don't listen to them.
I'm not the hero the world wants, and I'm not the hero the world needs, but I am the hero that the world gets.
And now he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up, and I'm going to be there for him because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works, and I know who he is as a person, and that's all I have to say to address him.
So you're saying if you're not a woman, then you shouldn't have an opinion?
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I am sorry I even came up there.
You want to tell us what a woman is?
I mean, even the fact that he opens by saying, where does a guy get the right to say what a woman is? Have some self-awareness.
You're leftists. Do you ever get tired of the hypocrisy? You say America is oppressive, but nobody ever leaves. You say capitalism is evil, but we know every one of y'all loves a good corporate pride sponsor for this year's Pride event. You believe in diversity, except when somebody is a LGBT or black conservative. You state that sexism is real, but gender is made up. That men are trash, but women are equal to men. You claim to support Black lives, but refuse to acknowledge the fatherlessness in homes, cultural issues, and overall gang violence in Black communities, in the Black demographic. Y'all claim to love self-expression when it comes to, certain things like gender identity and the way you dress until somebody disagrees with you. By the way, free speech is a form of self-expression too. It's not just the way you want to express yourself in drag that day. Don't y'all get tired of being all the things that you say that you hate? The anti-science, the bullying, the hateful, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, racist comments consistently made on your side. Don't you ever get tired of it? I'm just asking.
Thank you, CJ Meany, for tagging me in that one. It's very good. There's just a lot of cognitive dissonance involved in ignoring all of this, And of course, I have more Kennedy clips this week. I can't get enough of him at the moment.
He made $71 million. Maybe he's been up all night counting his money and he's tired. Could that be it? You never interfere with your opponent when he's kicking his own ass. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez announced today categorically that she is not a moron. And she went on to say she hasn't even been to Utah, much less embraced their religion. You could see what I see, your gag reflex would be permanently triggered. I'd tell him, look, you just got to try harder not to suck. I wish he would stop that, but it would probably be easier to teach a toaster to read. But he's kind of wandering around here like one of those Roombas. He looks like a man who's lost his luggage at the airport. I believe that love is the answer, but I also own a handgun just in case.
Great news as well this week. Trump signs an executive order directing FDA to expedite the review of breakthrough psychedelic therapies.
I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously. In 2024, more than 80,000 people died of overdoses. It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of Ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. And it was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal not because they're harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. For 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
This is something that Joe Rogan has been talking about and pushing for years. And if it helps people who are suffering, it's an amazing thing.
It's called Ibogaine treatment. Ibogaine. Remember the name. Is that pronounced relatively properly, would you say? Yes. I don't want to get it wrong. Ibogaine, because it's so important, and experienced an 80 to 90% reduction in symptoms of depression and anxiety within 1 month. Can I have some, please? I'll take some. I'll take whatever it takes. I don't have time to be depressed. If you stay busy enough, maybe that works too. That's what I do. In my first term, for 28 years, drug prices went up, and I got it down 1/4 or 1/8%. I was so proud of myself. It's the only one that in 28 years got them down. And I had a news conference to explain how great I was. I said, I'm the greatest there ever was. I got it down 1/8%. Okay? I was very proud because it only went up. For 28 years, it went up. Now I got it down a little bit.
I mean, if becoming president didn't work out for him, he certainly could have become a comedian as a backup career.
I want to thank Joe Rogan for helping bring national attention to innovative, potentially life-saving treatments for veterans and others living with mental illness, and for pushing this conversation into the mainstream.
So you saw that thing that I had to do at the White House the other day?
I did see it. Yeah. People are pissed.
Who's pissed?
I don't know. People online.
What, because I was at the White House?
Yeah, they're like, yo, Joe, you can't be at the fucking White House, Joe. You said you were fucking politically
Homeless. I am.
Homeless.
He joked about it. He called me a liberal during the whole thing. He's like, Joe, he's very liberal.
I'm going to turn around to one guy and say, Barack, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I feel like he should be standing on the right and I should be standing on the left. Hey, you done this look at Barack? Anyway, as I say, you've done good, fella.
Well, you know, I tried.
I don't know. I do think that if Trump did that, the media would tear him apart for it and call him racist.
This is the worst president we've ever had, Biden. He had no idea he was president, so he doesn't take it personally. I don't want him to take it personally. Fortunately, he has no idea what the hell I'm saying. And he's watching right now. He's happy with what I just said. Okay. This is what we had running our country.
But of course, we're all very familiar with the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party and the media.
I bombed 7 countries without congressional approval, and the Democrats said nothing. I bombed 1 country without congressional approval, and the Democrats protested. I released 0 Epstein files. The Democrats said nothing. I released 3.5 million Epstein files. The Democrats said I'm protecting pedophiles.
In 2016, I ran on deporting illegal aliens, and the Democrats voted for me.
I am deporting illegal aliens, and the Democrats are protesting me.
I just get tired of it being whatever stance is anti-Trump is the one they go with. I mean, more Democrat logic. Hillary Clinton posted this week, Trump has become fully unhinged and we should talk about it. And then she blocks the ability for anybody to reply. And this is something that she does with all of her posts, I believe. How democratic. Meanwhile, Ilhan Omar's net worth went from $30 million to $110,000 this week due to an accounting mistake. Steve Burns says that's a pretty big mistake. That's like marrying your brother kind of mistake. Quality Accounting Center. Jennifer Harper tagged me in this, a Democrat in Congress who cannot tell the difference between $95,000 and $30 million. I am totally not surprised.
Congressman Omar, the last time I spoke to you, you said that I was stupid for asking you about your financial disclosure, but there's some discrepancies on there. Would you like to explain that? How did you make such a big mistake on it?
Absolutely, you're stupid for asking me anything.
I am?
Yes.
Well, what about the American people who are wondering how you made such a big mistake?
I have explained to the American people.
What's the explanation?
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because
I don't want to tell you jack shit. Oh. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you, Christine, for tagging me in this one. He might get red-pilled and ruin his fantasy about the endless supply of other people's money in New York. Basic economics. Just say no. Anyone else starting to notice that Gavin Newsom announces taxpayer-funded project after project after project after project and never delivers on anything except disappearing taxpayer dollars? Yeah, I have noticed that.
The hell's going on? Clean it up.
You've heard him bloviate on TV, interviews, and social media, but never before have all his failures been brought together in one collection.
We all need to self-medicate periodically.
The people that brought you Biden's blunders and Kamala's cackles now proudly present Gavin Newsom's greatest hits.
This whole damn border debate is made up. It's made up.
And who could forget?
Well, finally, California is going to get it right with this new high-speed rail.
Timeless classics.
If we can just get everybody vaccinated that's not vaccinated, that's refusing to get vaccinated, that's living vaccine-free and impacting the rest of us. It's like drunk drivers.
And cliches.
These are organized gangs of people that are coming at it. Forgive me for saying gangs. I know that's not a pejorative. They're organized groups of folks.
Everyone's favorite.
Deeply sorry about that. I've hurt someone I care deeply about, Alex Turk, his friends and family.
Platitudes.
I thought I was dumb. And we look like a third world country. We haven't been looking that good in the last few decades in this state.
And failures like.
And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
Order Gavin Newsom's greatest hits by calling 1-916-445-2841. Gavin Newsom's greatest hits, not available in stores. Please allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Money back guarantee. Please, for the love of God, keep this guy out of the White House.
And Jennifer Harper tagged me in this one. Incoming coal, scam likely. Wouldn't that be nice if we had little scammer warnings when it comes to all the politicians? The system would probably get overloaded with just the sheer number.
This hospice is empty, but they're still charging patients.
Sir, you need to stop recording. Why? There's nobody in there. Recording is now a violation. Says who? Says Bill AB 2624. The fraud is not a violation? No. The violation is you recording. So the illegal thing is legal, but the legal thing is illegal? We prefer not to use those terms. Do you admit that this hospice is billing for fake treatments? No, I'm telling you that exposing this will cost you $10,000. You're fining me $10,000 for exposing fraud? This is your final warning. Let me ask you something. Are you, making money off of this? Sir, I'm asking you to leave. So if I steal money from the taxpayers, that's fine. No, if you expose it, you get fined. Now leave. Who wrote this policy? People who prefer you didn't ask. So let me get this straight. You're committing fraud, but I owe you money? We accept card or cash. So you are saying fraud is legal? No. Right. Because fraud is illegal. Correct. Then why aren't you stopping it? We can't. Why? Because that would be illegal.
I often don't agree with Bill Maher, but even he is getting fed up with his party, and he's making an awful lot of sense at the moment.
Speaking of creepy stuff, have you been following the Eric Swalwell case here in California? This is a very prominent...
I think we're all following it.
A very prominent Democrat. I got to say, we had him on a couple of times. Ask my staff. I never liked him. I don't have good gaydar, but I got creepdar. I always thought this guy was a f***ing creep. I never liked him. And yet so many Democrats stood by him. And now that we're finding out that it was such an open secret, you know, I hear this so many times, you know, Bill Clinton, it was an open secret in Arkansas. Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. What is going on here where it takes so long for the open secret to, because I seem to remember that back in the old days, like when JFK was president, we heard, well, the media used to protect politicians and they knew what JFK was doing, but it was just something they didn't report on. Is it any different now? Apparently not. This statement from the administration: the president had the constitutional authority to direct the use of military force because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest. That's too vague for you?
Totally vague.
Okay, because that's from Obama. I love hypocritical America, I really do. See, the liberals suddenly love the Pope. The Pope, who 2 weeks ago was all in the headlines. You know why? Exorcisms. Yeah, this big thing about we got to the demons are all around, the devil. That's who the Pope is, okay? A guy who does exorcism, doesn't believe in gay marriage, no women priests. But now, because he's feuding with Trump, MSNBC loves this guy. He got a big speech on the floor from Chuck Schumer. Eric Swalwell sent him a dick pic.
Strange, we haven't heard any reporting or jokes on Eric Swalwell from these two champions of women. The BBC got caught out this week when interviewing a man on the street. Kind of backfired on their narrative.
You're a resident of Swindon. What do you think the next council should be focusing on?
Well, I think they should regenerate the town centre. I think it's turned into like a bunch of flats area and there's pure immigrants around here. There's dangerous areas here for women and children. I don't think it's safe. I'm all right, I'm a bit of a boy. But locally, I think there's people around here what are pretty scared to come into the town centre now. I don't come in very often. I don't bank in town. I only come in for a Guinness. That's what I come in town centre for. And I've got a few mad people around here. But they need to regenerate the town centre and jobs. Bring the wages up. Do more for the working people, less for the people that are not working. I've got a friend who earns £1,500 and he's not over £1,500 and he's not working. I work and I get less than £1,900. I'm not happy.
Steve, one unhappy voter there.
How it started, how it ended. How the EU is helping Trump open the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, if you're not paying attention, it looks like he's busy. That's where they get you.
An hour ago.
President Trump posted, if Iran doesn't agree to peace, the greatest military of all time, ours, will F Iran right up their Strait of Hormuz. Assalamu alaikum, you crazy bastard. Now, I completely made that up. But isn't it kind of disturbing that you all totally believe
Yeah.
that he had posted that?
Did you believe it? I believed it. Nothing is off limits when it comes to Trump and his posts. You can't argue otherwise. Lastly, some more really good news this week. The Pentagon is dropping its flu vaccine requirement for service members effective immediately, per Pete Hegseth.
Under the disastrous Biden administration, this Pentagon waged an unrelenting war on our warriors on many fronts, including when it came to denying them simple medical autonomy and the freedom to express their religious convictions. In other words, our men and women in uniform were forced to choose between their conscience and their country, even when those decisions posed no threat to our military readiness. You know what I'm talking about, what happened, COVID-19 and the vaccine. No more. That era of betrayal is over. Under President Trump, the War Department continues to take decisive action to once again restore freedom and strength to our joint force. We're seizing this moment to discard any absurd, overreaching mandates that only weaken our warfighting capabilities. In this case, this includes the universal flu vaccine and the mandate behind it. The notion that a flu vaccine must be mandatory for every service member everywhere in every circumstance at all times is just overly broad and not rational. Our new policy is simple. If you, an American warrior entrusted to defend this nation, believe that the flu vaccine is in your best interest, then you are free to take it. You should. But we will not force you, because your body, your faith, and your convictions are not negotiable. Your health. It's common sense. It's the kind of common sense approach we're undertaking in this department. Rest assured that under President Trump, the War Department will always honor our brave warriors and do everything we can to restore the American people's trust in their military for generations to come. And that's why I'm proud to sign this new policy.
It's just so far from kind of where things were heading just a year and a half ago. So it's, you know, I love seeing stuff like this. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Jeffrey this week. Thank you so much for your incredibly generous donation to my Buy Me a Coffee platform. I am blown away by it. Thank you so much. Jeffrey says, love, if more of the world was more like you, it would be a much better place. Stacey and I were worried about you. Glad all is okay. Just keep being easy peasy, bright and breezy, cover girl. Thank you so much, Jeffrey and Stacey, and thank you so much for your concern. Everything is all okay. Just been super busy and then dealing with technical problems, and then this week I was feeling sick, and it's just been a little bit hard to keep on top of things recently, but I'm always determined to put a video out roughly every week, and I'm so glad that you're enjoying the videos, and gosh, I really appreciate your support. It's so kind of you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget, you can tag me in any funny memes or funny videos that you see on X, and then they'll have the chance to appear in future MAGA Meme videos. I always really enjoy seeing what you guys tag me in. So yeah, please don't forget to do that. And otherwise, enjoy your week. I will see you next time.